where we're more than just a podcast, we're a family. Go ahead and take some deep breaths, baby. You're safe here. Self-love, confidence, acceptance, and growth. Welcome home. Welcome to Probably Late to Something.
Hi babies, welcome back to another episode of Probably Late to Something. Thank you guys again so much for being here, especially now that it's 2023. Like, you guys have been here for me for so long and I can't thank you guys enough. But I want to go ahead and start off with our nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You're exactly where you need to be. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Everything is okay. You're strong enough to deal with anything that is put in your path. You are being led. You're being guided. Listen to your heart. Listen to, that voice inside your head. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. And you are worthy and you are appreciated. In through the nose. Give yourself some squeezes and out through your mouth. This is our safe place. This is our place for love and acceptance and just some us time, some me time. You're sitting down chit-chatting with your friend because I say every week that you guys are the only friends that I hang out with. Literally, actually. And for those of you that did set New Year's resolutions for yourself and you don't feel like you have done well enough, I just want to tell you that you need to keep going. You need to keep going. I feel like so many times in life we have such low standards, honestly, for, our family, for our friends, for the people that we date, you know what I mean? But we hold ourselves to a standard that's almost like unreachable. You know what I mean? We're like 16, no car, no job, and we're like, we need $5 million saved up by the time we hit 17. Like, there's so many things in our brain that we do to kind of just set ourselves up for failure, right? And if you feel like you haven't done well enough in your New Year's resolutions, that doesn't give you the excuse to stop. Okay. Like, so many times we're like, oh, well, we didn't hit that, so let's just quit. No, don't quit. Life and learning to love yourself and learning to accept yourself is such a journey. Don't just look for the destination so much that you forget to enjoy the journey. I want you to be there at all the little moments, all the little ups, all the little downs. They're leading you somewhere beautiful, but each one of those ups and downs is also beautiful. Literally last week, I had, hence the little bangs that I have for those of you that are watching on YouTube. They're very tiny, but I do have them. And, that was all from me creating my new personality recently. Let's call her Amanda. I'm just going to go with Amanda because I feel like that's the vibe that I'm giving off. I hit a little bit of a rough patch, not even a rough patch, but just one of those like moments where it's like, what is going on? The world is crumbling. And just like confused about me. I feel like I do this at least like once every like 6 months. I just like don't know, my purpose. I don't know whether I'm supposed to pursue, there's literally a hair. Oh, I guess it's the bangs, but I feel like one of them isn't. We're just gonna roll with it. But I feel like part of me wants to pursue my dreams and, start my legging line and, kind of like my lounge line, have my hoodies come out and like, I'm happy with it and I like doing it. But then part of me is like, no one gives a fuck and you're going to fail anyways. Like, why are you even doing this? Like, everything that you've put into this is just stupid. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it brings us back to that thing I said a while ago. There's a roommate in your head, and if that was genuinely like that inner voice that you have yourself was a roommate, you would kick them the fuck out and never speak to them again. And I was like, you're being so mean to yourself. Like, although I did go on the internet and like show people my ideas and show people the merch and like show you guys, not people, you guys. Well, I don't think it was you guys because you guys are really nice to me. But like some people are like, that is so stupid or like it's so plain. I personally am a fan of plain, not like plain, like I don't know, nothing spicy, but I like a little bit of like calm, casual, everyday wear, especially when it comes to like a hoodie or something. But the hoodies that I came out with say Born to Love on them, and they're so fucking comfortable. I don't know if any of you guys have the hoodies from my like first hoodie drop, but those were also comfortable, but they weren't the same as these ones. Like these are the ultimate amount of comfort. And the blue one says Born to Love, and the black one also says Born to Love, but the black hoodie is gonna have the logos go from like pink to purple. So Born to Love, pink to purple. Then we have the long sleeve shirt, full merch shirt that says Probably Late to Something on the back with my face in the front. I am obviously biased, but I think that one is the best one because I'm there. Like if you wear that shirt, like I'm right there. I'm like close to your heart, Also, obviously the Born to Love hoodies, are because I have my Born to Love tattoo and you guys say that you love it. And a lot of you guys actually got the same tattoo. I'm not sure if you did it in the same place, but a lot of you got Born to Love on yourselves as well, which is so, like, it's so weird. I've actually had people walk up to me and show me that they got the same tattoo as me. A girl walked up at like EDC and she had both of her shoulder pieces done almost identical to the ones that I have. And it was just so cool. I was like, what? That is just insane. Like it was just so crazy, but it's such an honor to be able to speak to you guys. But yeah, I had just a little moment, a little hiccup, where I just was like, everything I'm doing is stupid. My existence is stupid. Like, stop talking, stop existing, Like, I was just like so overwhelmed with the idea overwhelmed with the pressure of my own presence. Like literally, like when you talk to your parents, you're like, why? You literally conceived me. Two strangers banged like at fucking 18 years old. And now I am here having to support myself and pay bills. Like, what? I'm having to sit here and make a decision on what I want to do with my future because you guys banged 22 years ago. Like, how is that fair? Okay. Like, who said I was strong enough for this? What the fuck? But newsflash, we all go through it. And we are strong enough. I feel like that's the only reason that we'd be here. We were here to learn and to fail and to sit back up. I was going to say stand back up, but like sit seems to be what I'm doing. I just like fell on the floor, rolled around a few times, and then just like sat up. And now I'm still like in the sit up position, just waiting for my body to just get ready to fully stand again. But in that process, I got bangs. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I got bangs before I hit my leg break. I got bangs before then. So that counts for something. I got the bangs. Then I had my little mental breakdown. And now I have been wearing colors ever since. Like green eyeshadow, purple eyeshadow, rainbow sweater. This is the best sweater in the world for those of you that can see it. This sweater literally is like my comfort space. I also got a new tattoo. I can't believe that wasn't what I started off with first. For those of you that can see, and if you're not looking, that sucks for you. But it is a really cool piece. Look at how dope that is. That is an amazing piece of artwork. It's snake with some flowers around it, and it blends pretty well into my arm. So it just makes me so excited to continue my tattoos. Obviously, my grandparents are like, that's the last one, right? Like, no, honey, I'm going to have 2 full sleeves and then I'm going to leave my legs and my back alone. So be happy with that. Okay. That's what you get. Every time I get another tattoo, I always think of Kim Kardashian saying like, why would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley? And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Like, if I could go back, would I not have tattoos? Maybe. If I could go back, I might never have gotten tattoos, but I also feel like I'm a bad fucking bitch. You know what I mean? You could always look back and be like, what if? Like, all I know for sure is that I 100% would probably be a runway model if I didn't get tattoos. But I also know that I don't have the need and want to be a model or the need and want to do runway. Like, I just, it's cool, it looks cool, but would I really want to do it? Like, honestly, no. Honestly, I remember when I was doing like photo shoots and stuff, when I was modeling and I was doing my portfolio and getting that worked up, like I didn't have the passion. Like, some girls are so passionate about it. They love the art behind it. They love getting their makeup done. And I just hated that shit. Honestly, I was like, oh, how many more hours is this fucking shit gonna be? So I think I just wasn't cut out for it. But I do know if I ever did decide to want to go back, I could never do it now because I have so many tattoos. And believe it or not, like I even though it's 2023, the modeling industry, I feel like is still, I very rarely see like models with tattoos. You know what I mean? They have that high fashion, no bumper sticker on a Bentley look. I go for the more vibey, I've been through some shit look. I feel like that's what people, I don't know, people with tattoos have a certain vibe to them. And it's not just sexy smolder. And it's not just like, I will eat your soul, I'm so hot, and I am literally from the heavens sent to make you fall in love with me. That's not only the vibes that tattooed people get and give off. It's like, I have a story behind me. And I'm not saying the people that don't have tattoos, they don't have stories, but it's like, I literally have stories written on my body. I know like some of my tattoos are kind of dumb. And they don't really have a meaning behind them, but some of them also do have very big meanings behind them that I feel very passionate about and I think are super powerful. And I'm so happy that I found this artist that I just went to, because I'm going to really be detailed in my other arm and I'm going to make a little story on her. But yeah, I always thought too, like, one, I think tattoos are hot, like I've said a billion times. But I also think that people are going to judge you regardless. So at least write a story on your body so they actually have something to judge you for. You know what I mean? You can look at me and you can see my story and you can see kind of my vibe and my energy. So I like it. And I don't know why I started talking about that at all. Just like, oh, my color eyeshadow, my bangs. I am developing a new personality. Every time I hit a rock bottom point where I feel like I'm dying, I just completely change who I am. So Malia's gone. This is Amanda. Nice to meet you. I also think I know I'm crazy. I've been known I'm crazy. And I actually think it's so beautiful that so many of you guys think you're crazy too. Like, shout out to us right now. Honey, like, look at us. We're just sitting here. We're vibing. We're chilling. We're two batshit insane people are just like listening to each other. I'm listening to you even though you're not here at all and I don't know what you're thinking. Apple pie. Probably. I don't know. You can't answer it, but now you're thinking about an apple pie. So basically we're pretty much almost there. But I do think it's awesome that you guys in a weird way do all feel insane like me, because it makes me not feel alone. And you guys tell me that I make you not feel alone. And that's just like, I love that, because I'm like, dude, I will literally sit and be like, I'm the sexiest person to ever exist. And then within that same breath, look at like my stretch marks and be like, "Ugh. What are you doing? Why are you here? What is going on?" But again, I am so stubborn. I'm going to get to the end of my motherfucking journey. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so stubborn. Like, I am strong. I'm bullheaded enough just to like continue fighting through that shit. I think also like when I started learning to hold my younger self's hand, you know what I mean? Like baby Malia, like hold her hand and like kind of show her and teach her the way that I think she should be treated. When I finally started to understand that and like really ingrain that into my head with like my thought process and how I'm viewing the way I'm speaking to myself, I feel like that really helped me also find the power to just stand up to myself for myself, if that makes sense. I want to be there to protect her. I want to be there to make her proud. I want to be the adult that I needed when I was a child, and I want to help anybody else, like even if that's me making a fool of myself or me putting myself out there and being completely weird, or just oversharing, which I do with you guys so freaking much. I want to be able to do that because that's who I am. And that's what I'm supposed to do. Even though like I can come to these moments where I like completely feel so lost, I am a storyteller. I'm a talker. I'm a speaker. I want to literally hug everyone and make everyone feel good. I want to like listen to people, and I want to show them empathy, and I want to show them compassion. I want to show them that they're never, ever, ever going to be alone as long as I exist on this planet. Like, I genuinely want the best for everybody. And I think that I'm here to say that. I don't know. Did I just have like a mind? I, of course, feel like crying now because I love you guys. And okay, that's cool. I am on my period though. So just give me a second. Let me just, oh, wow. I think I did just have like a little breakthrough though. I don't know if you guys noticed, I was gone for a few days via like Instagram and TikTok. Not like I haven't posted on Instagram in a while, but my TikTok I've been just posting a lot less. It's because I deleted both of the apps. I do want to keep up with the podcast Instagram because I genuinely like love making that content, but I had to take a break when I hit this like weird confusing spot of like, what are you doing, what are you what are you what are you doing here type of thing. I realized, and I know that we talk about this all the time and we know we do this all the time, but I realized I genuinely I know I live to show people love and communicate with people and like be emotional and be free. I know I live for that, but I don't want to live for other people. I feel like you guys understand what I'm saying because I trust you guys with my entire soul and emotions. But I don't like, even when you are on social media, you post via trends, right? You know, like it's fall. I live in fucking Florida, but I was so stressed out with this like fall fits, brown, you know, like blacks and dark grays and maroons. Like I was so obsessed with this fall color. And I didn't even ask myself if I liked the stuff that I was buying. Like I wasn't like not saying that I didn't like it, but I was sitting there thinking about what other people would want to see on their Instagram feed. I wasn't even thinking of, do I like this shirt? Will I ever wear this shirt again? Is this shirt even comfortable? You know what I mean? And you know, it's not that deep because I do love getting ready, but I like colorful things. And I don't know if it's just one of those, like I'm changing my personality again and I will always be confused kind of, but I'm just going to slowly start to accept it. Or if it's just like an actual thing that I have realized that I don't want to just do what I think I'm supposed to do. I want to do what I want to do. Like I want to think before I want to ask myself every time I make a decision, is this for me? Is this for everybody else? Is this for me or is this for somebody else? Like, am I doing what I need to do because I love myself, or am I doing something because I love someone else? Like what is the intention and purpose behind what I'm doing, you know? So I don't know. I just had that little breakthrough just before and while I was talking to you guys. So I really hope that you guys can, you know, the next day you're putting on your outfit or you're doing your makeup, you know. I am super into colorful eyeshadow. Like I said before, I want to cover my face in sparkles, which I've never done before. Like I've never like done colorful eyeshadow. I think I did it one time and I did a blue, like back when I first started TikTok. Like I'm talking 2019, honeys. And now I'm like into just like greens, purples, blues, pink, like hot pink, dark pink. Like I just want to cover my face with sparkles, and I into like bright pink lipstick now. I can't explain who I've become, but I think I'm falling more and more into myself. You know, I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to be a sheep, and I don't want to just sit here and then like look back at myself when I'm on my deathbed and be like, oh shit, I literally did everything that I thought other people wanted me to do. And I didn't even fucking sit there and ask myself what I wanted to do. And I don't know, it just makes me feel kind of happy, you know? So the next time you're picking out your outfit, pick out whatever you want to wear, even if it doesn't fucking match. Like literally wear whatever you want to wear. Put your hair in a messy bun and throw on a big ass ass winged eyeliner and some damn purple eyeshadow. Okay, maybe go with a sparkly lip. Put on the biggest hoops you fucking have and wear your super cool shoes. You know what I mean? Like, do what you want to do and dress the way you want to dress. Because sometimes you'll like put something on that feels good, or like put an earring on that like feels good, or like a pair of something that you want to wear, and then it doesn't look good with whatever you're wearing, and then you take it off. But you genuinely, like, you had that outfit planned, like you wanted to wear that, but then you didn't think it looked good and you talked yourself out of it. Like, I'm done doing that. I'm wearing leggings and I'm wearing these really big hoop earrings. And the Malia before this would never have thought that you could wear like sparkly big earrings with leggings, because it's like stupid. Like, why are you wearing workout pants and then your leggings? But I look hot as fuck. And you know what? I feel hot as fuck. So I want you to feel hot as fuck, because you are sexy. You are one sexy motherfucker. But are you treating yourself as such? You know, I also want you, the challenge this week, I want you to buy yourself flowers. I am so excited about that, because I really want you guys to tag me in just like my normal Instagram, at Malia Schmalager, tag me in the podcast Instagram at probably late to something. Please tag me so that I can see you guys buy yourself flowers, because I literally just want to see like the smile on your face with some like roses or some daisies. Like, literally buy yourself flowers and light yourself a sexy candle and just be in the presence of your own energy. You know, just another reminder, even though I say this all the time, you need to respect and value your energy. When you start to do that, you learn what you're actually bringing to the table, and you will respect yourself a lot more when it comes to building friendships, you know, hang out with family members, hang out with new romantic partners. If you don't have the respect and knowledge of yourself and like your presence as a human being and everything you have to offer the world, how are you supposed to know how to be treated by other people? How are you supposed to know how to value yourself? How are you supposed to know how others should value you? You know what I mean? You have to be in the presence of your own energy. You have to love yourself enough. You have to get to know yourself. You have to treat yourself with little tiny gifts, and you have to admire yourself. Oh, someone said on one of my Instagram posts or something like that, that I was, what they say? It was something really rude that I did not like, but let me think. It was, I'm going to get a sip of water and think. It was that, I don't know. I think the moral of it was like that I judged or something. I did post, a podcast where I was like, dump him. And it was like, you're not realistic, or you're judgmental, or you're not, I think it was like that you're not authentic, you're not genuine. And I was just like, you clearly don't listen to the podcast, because I am a very genuine person. I think in that same episode, I was like, I know how hard it is, like yada, yada, yada. Cause I do know how hard it is. I literally talk so many times about how I'm just as lost. I'm just as confused. I am just as like, what the heck am I doing? Like, why am I even giving advice? Like, I teeter on that line of like, I'm healthy, I'm happy. And like, I'm eternally doomed. What, like, who gives a shit? Like, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go crazy. Why are you trying? So I feel like I'm pretty fucking genuine. And that's the way I can always tell between someone that genuinely listens to the podcast and someone that's just speaking. And honestly, I wouldn't even say just speaking. I would say speaking completely out of their fucking ass. But it is what it is. You know, there's always going to be someone that's hating on you. There's always going to be someone that doesn't like you. There's always going to be someone that has some sort of like opinion to say, you know, especially when you're putting yourself out there and on the internet and whatnot. It could just be a dangerous place. Let me just tell you that, honeys. It can be a dangerous place. Now, because last episode I had so much fun sharing with you guys the quotes that I was finding recently. Here is a few more that I want to just share with you. Drowning in another person's problem is not heroic. It's self-defeating. I love that. I feel like I should say like something else. Like I need to say something more like educated and more like sophisticated instead of I love that. And like I always say, and you know what I mean? Like I will do some digging into vocabulary words just for you guys, not literally anyone else in this world, but for you, I will be putting in more effort. Oh my god, what if we started doing a vocabulary word a week? Is that so okay? I fear that some of you guys are like, that is the lamest, dumbest thing I've ever heard, Malia. Cricket. But like, you need to be nice to me. Like, let's just do it together, dang, dying. Let's just do it together, okay? Because I want to do it. Will you do it with me? Like, will you please? Come on now. Okay. So remind me. Like you're not here, but you are here. Oh, so close, but so far away. Remind me, or I'll try to remind myself to do the word at the end of this episode. And then we can all write each other like a sentence, like on the Instagram. You have to use it in a sentence. Okay. I feel like I would honestly be the best elementary school teacher. I literally had a very big, because I change my personality every couple weeks. I had a huge, like, I'm going to be a teacher phase. I like changed the way I dressed. I only wore skirts and like collared shirts. And I wore like, oh my God, that's almost half of the way that I am now. Like with colorful things, the big hoop earrings. I was going for the like, I'm a middle school art teacher, elementary school art teacher vibe. But I had a Pinterest board full of, excuse me, by the way, I try to like hold my breath if I ever have to like do like a hiccup or like a burp or anything. I hope you can't hear it, but I know I got the bougie microphone. So like, I'm so sorry. If you have to like witness me doing that, because I feel like I drink a lot of water and then I talk a lot and then it just like the human body. I know you guys aren't judgmental people, but I just wanted to apologize in advance if you ever hear any sort of bubbles coming from my body. Okay, moving on, Malia, please stop. I did have a Pinterest board basically for all the classroom ideas and I looked at that the other day when I was doing the Pinterest for all of my tattoo ideas. I was looking at that. I was like, oh my God, like, I genuinely don't know if I could do that now. I mean, I could for sure. It only takes one person to change your life. I went from, oops, I hit this microphone, I feel like about one time an episode, but I went from smoking weed all the time. Like my freshman year of high school, I thought it was so cool. It was like so emo. I was just like smoking weed high as fuck. Like I'm so cool. And I slept in all of my classes. Like I slept in all my classes to the point where at the end of the semester, like the first semester, this is literally so crazy that I remember this information. At the end of the first semester, I was looking at my grade, you know what I mean? And I was like, why do I have like a 20% in this class? I was like, that's so weird. And then I saw that obviously I did no work through the class, but I saw that one like test, like final test grade or something was a 0%. I was like, how in the world did I get a 0? And I walked up to her, I was like, what is this missing grade here? I was like, did I miss a test? And she's like, no, I put it on your head when you were sleeping. Dang. That's like crazy because I would never, actually, that's a fucking lie. I did do that in college. Oh no, I did fall asleep in that man's class. And it was even worse because I literally told the college professor, I was so excited to take psychology. No, not psychology. Blah. I was so excited to take philosophy. Me and my grandfather loved talking about philosophers and, ideas and theories. We love talking about the way our society is shaped and like the way our brains work. And we just love asking questions and talking to each other. And I remember walking into this philosophy class. I was so excited because I think you have to complete like ENC 1101 and 1102 first, like English 1 and English 2 first. So when I finally completed those and I was like going into this class, I told the professor like when we were raising our hands saying like why we took that class, because it was an elective, I guess, and you didn't have to take it. I was like, oh, I love philosophy. Like I love this class. I love talking about it, blah, 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 right? And as he goes on, just like teaching and stuff, the class became really boring to me because it wasn't interesting enough. And I was already talking and learning about the things that I already knew about, because my grandfather is a very smart man, and like he was just taught, I just knew everything he was saying, and I knew like it was just so boring. Like it was literally just not challenging enough for me to even stay awake in the class, because like I knew like what he was already saying. I was like, this is so boring. This is like the first time people are like thinking outside the box. Like, come on guys, like what are we doing here? And I would go to his class and I would fall asleep right in front of him, and that memory, that just like thought really cringes me out, because I just like I can't imagine how he felt. Like, I can't imagine how he felt, like, knowing that, like, the student that said that they were interested in his class was the one that was falling asleep because she was so bored, or just, like, didn't give a fuck about what he was saying. But, yeah, so that's the times I fell asleep during class. But back to when I was a freshman, she put that test on my head, and I was sleeping, so I didn't even know it was there. And, I almost failed that class. I think I might have failed that class. Or I went right by with, like, a C. But I was asleep in my other class, sign language. And by the way, a little foreshadowing, whatever. I ended up doing sign language for 4 years after this, but I would always sleep in her class as well. And she would always like tap my desk and I would be out cold. I remember one time I even went to school on a Xanax, and I literally like passed out in PE and passed out in her class, whatever. But I guess this is a day that I didn't take a fucking Xanax like a crackhead. And I was in her class and I was sleeping, but then I woke up because I think she tapped me on my desk, and normally I just didn't give a fuck. But today I was like, whatever. I slept through all my other classes, so like might as well wake up now. Like it's fine. And she asked one question. She said, "How do you sign the letter or the name?" The color shit. How do you sign the color orange? And I happen to know it because orange is my favorite color, was my favorite color. Now it's emerald green. But I was like, okay, orange. And I was like, orange, like this, like orange. And she looked at me and said, "Good job, Malia." And I think she put like a Hershey's kiss on my desk. And like that simple process of like, I know something, I get something, like I like that simple, like positive reinforcement made me insane. Like I thrived it at that point. So like I was just going ham. Like all my grades went up. I didn't fall asleep in any of my classes. I stayed awake. I wanted to be the teacher's pet. I wanted to be like the number one student. I wanted to have the best grade. And I then enrolled in like all ACE and all AP classes once I got my grades up. And I dual enrolled in a college part-time, and I like only took like one class at my high school and then took the rest at the college campus. That's how I got my AA so quickly. But I just think that's so interesting, that it literally only takes one person, one moment, one saying, just one moment of positive reinforcement. You know, we're always like bashing ourselves and telling ourselves that we're not shit and we're not doing good enough, and we don't give ourselves the credit and like the appreciation and just like the fucking like motivation to do it, bitch. Like you can do it. What the fuck? Why are you being so mean to yourself? Why are you like hating everything about yourself? Like what did you do to deserve that shit? Like no, get the fuck up. No, you're a bad bitch, and get your shit popping. Get your shit done. What the hell? Who are the fuck are you to sit there and hate on yourself? Like you need to get yourself off the floor. You need to be there for yourself. You need to love yourself endlessly. You know why? Because you fucking deserve it. And we waste so much time. Just pretending that we, can't be the one to stick up for ourselves. Like, no, get up, honey. We see you back there. Come on, girl. Get to the front, baddie. Come on. But yeah, that was my little story of how, I maybe will one day, probably not though, be an elementary school teacher. I don't even know how. You guys must literally be as crazy as me if you can like follow along with my stories, rants. You're like, okay, all right, now we're here. Oh, now we're here. Okay, you guys just follow along for the ride. And if you're still here, I love you and I send you hugs and butterflies. Oh, 333. Guys, listen to that. You were here to hear that angel number, 333. But okay, so a quote. I'll show you 2 quotes and then I have to run because I'm late to a dinner. Obviously, probably always late for something, or probably late to something. So it says the first step towards getting somewhere let me just pause for a second. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. I am very graciously grateful for that. Instead of saying I love that, I am very let's Google okay, hold on. How do you spell that? Synonym for love. Okay. I'm very fond of that. I find like a tenderness in my heart for that. That gives me warmth. I am very endearing. It's very endearing to me. So that's great. I take great pleasure in that. I think that one was a little too far, but the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. So buy yourself some flowers and decide why you're not going to want to fucking stay where you are. Decide that you're not going to stay where you are. Decide that you want to do better, because every day, no matter if it's the beginning of the fucking New Year's or not, every day is a chance to grow and be better. Every day is a chance to pick who you want to be and like be who you want to be. Follow your voice, follow your intuition, follow that love. And yeah, there is never going to be a life that is completely perfect. And even if you think you have it all sorted the fuck out, you will never not have a bad day. You will never not cry. You'll never not get frustrated and angry and pissed off. You're never going to be this all perfect, peaceful being 24/7. It just won't fucking happen. That's not the earth we're living on. We're all imperfect people. We've all sinned. You know what I mean? And if you think about the Bible and you read the Bible or you go to church or whatever, they talk about that, how we were born from sin. So nothing that we could ever fucking do or think or be is not sinning. That's why Jesus was here and whatever, and he forgave our sins and he bared the cross to give for whatever, something for our sins. But there will never be a perfect fucking day. You will always go through something, but the journey is important. Learning everything. Smile through your tears. Know that you're hitting that bottom so that you can start going to the top of the mountain. You know what I mean? There's always kind of a positive side to look on it, but again, we don't want to develop toxic positivity, so give yourselves the ability to cry and feel those emotions. But imagine what life would be like if there was no up and down, just a boring story with nothing to say, no like fucking plot twist. It's good for the plot twist, honey. That's just what it is. It's good for the fucking plot twist. Now get the fuck up and go do some shit. That's kind of the way to look at it. But you have to decide that you're not going to stay where you are first. So I just wanted to share that with you because that one made me feel like a bad bitch. Now, second and last quote. Don't worry about people in your past. There's a reason they didn't make it to your future. Let me say it again for those of you in the back. Don't worry about the people in your past. There's a reason they didn't make it to your future. I am very warmth. Fucking shit. I feel very warm for that fucking that quote. Whatever. I'm done. Tell me some synonyms for the word love and put it in sentences so I can remember the sentences and say those instead. But I thought about that just like when I think about weird, embarrassing moments to myself that I cringe, like thinking about that teacher that I like clearly basically told them like, you are the worst teacher ever and I don't want to hear you talk anymore. I think about it then. I think about it when I think about like embarrassing moments at like the club, when I was like first starting to drink. Like I just think about it with people in elementary school and middle school. Like I worry so much about people that aren't even here, and that can actually go just for people that you are dating, people that you are friends with. Like you don't have to worry about them because there's a reason they're not with you right now. There's a reason that relationship failed and that friendship failed. Don't doubt your path. Don't doubt, your journey. Hold strong, because I do believe that the energy that you put out comes back to you. I 100% believe that. There's not many things I'm 100% sure on, literally including my entire being and my entire literally purpose on this planet. But I will say that I fucking hate my Apple Watch because this will be going off on the other side of the room for like 8 years because okay, wait. Okay, I just had to decline fully on my phone. But there's not many things I believe in fully, but I do believe the fact that the energy that you put out there comes back to you. You know, like I started this podcast and this my TikTok for just shits and giggles, and I put out good energy, and now I have one of the most loving fans and loving supporters in the world. Like I genuinely, besides like One Direction, because I think those bitches like we, you know, 1D, am I right? Like we probably all love One Direction here because that's the energy that we put off. Like Harry Styles, that's like just who we are. But everything that you put out into the universe, including hate, including despertivity, you know, including just being, you know, jealous. Like you don't want to put that out there. You want to be proud of your friends' achievements, even if they did something cooler than what you did that year. You want to be proud. You want to be happy. You want to give out love, even in the face of hate, even though sometimes a bitch does need to be fucking slapped. Like, I mean, I don't make all the rules, you know, but I don't necessarily always believe that violence isn't the answer. Because like sometimes it fucking is, you know, sometimes there's no other answer but to slap a hoe in the fucking face. But anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here for another episode. Be sure to give me some synonyms for love. Be sure to give me like a vocab word of the week, and please go buy yourself some flowers because bitch, you fucking deserve it. Don't wait for anyone in the world to buy you flowers. Buy yourself some flowers. And if you want to take it another step, buy your best friend some flowers. Like just treat the people that you love around you. Give someone something. You know, even if it's just a compliment. But I love you guys so fucking much. Give yourself another squeeze. Give yourself another hug. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. And I will see you guys next week. Mwah.